Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and today we've got a cracking little experiment for you. We are off to Wales. After the success of the Scotland experiment the other week where we gave every Scottish team except for Celtic and Rangers £1 billion, this time I'm going to do exactly the same in the Valleys. We are going to Wales, and every team in the Premier Division and in the second tier, North and South, every team is getting £1 billion to spend. Can this money take Welsh football to heights that it is never known? The biggest clubs in Wales, Cardiff and Swansea, they don't even play in Wales. They play in the English Football League. But can this money take the likes of TNS and various other Welsh teams? Can they make it? Can they become better, basically? I mean, they're not very good at the minute. They haven't got a lot of money to spend. I think 9 out of the 10 teams aren't even professional. That's all changing though with this new influx of cash. But what will happen in Wales? Let's dive into the simulation and see exactly what happens when I give every Welsh club £1 billion each. And if you haven't already, please drop a like on this video. I'd love to see couple of hundred likes on this video. It'd be really nice of you. I can tell you're a nice person. Hit the like button now. Go on. There you go, that's the man. Love to see it. Let's crack on with the experiment. Okay, here we are at the start of the simulation, the 5th of July 2021, and here is your JD Cymru Premier Division, the top flight of Welsh football, and the current holders are Connah's Quay. Right, I'm going to apologise now because, I mean, with the Scottish names, I could get them all right. I know how to say Dunfermline, I know how to say Motherwell, but some of these in Wales, I mean, it could be difficult, it could be embarrassing. Aberystwyth, I can say that. There they are, they are the first team in the table. But I mean, some of the teams here, I mean, it's not an inspired class. I mean, you've got a bloody university team. You've got Cardiff Met Uni there, who are probably more interested in smashing pints and farting. I don't know what kids do at uni now. But the big dog of Welsh football, TNS, obviously we've saw them in European competitions in years gone by. But can we see a real powerhouse emerge in Welsh football? As we say, they've all got £1 billion to spend. It's currently the 109th most reputable league in Europe. It's behind Iceland, it's behind Kazakhstan, it's behind the Finnish second tier, the Polish second tier, but it is ahead of the Serbian second tier, so there is that to celebrate. We've also gave the teams in the Cymru North and the Cymru South, they've all got £1 billion. So the Swansea Uni team, they've got a big influx of cash. Hopefully they don't spend it on books and, I don't know, giving the lecturers a big fat Christmas bonus. I don't know. I mean, if they're playing up front, then yes, they deserve a bonus. But other than that, no, this is for the football team. This should be spent on Erling Haaland or Aaron Ramsey. I'm not really sure. But all of these teams, a lot of them were part-time, semi-professional, but I've changed that now. Every team is professional and they've all got £1 billion in the bank, £100 million transfer budget, 200,000 wage budget and a front end sugar daddy, and that is the same for every single club in these 3 divisions of Welsh football. There's Buckley Town, finances £1 billion, transfer budget £100 million, 200 grand wages. We'll go to the South Division, we'll go to Carmarthen. Greg Walters, he's got cracking hair. Give him more money. That's what you can do with your £1 billion. Give that man a bigger contract. A team in the Southern Division, £1 billion. You can see it there, it's exactly the same. And just for clarity, we will go to the Premier League, the JD Premier. We will go to Flint Town, because that's a fun little name, the Silkmen. Neil Gibson, the manager, and he too has a bucket load of cash at his disposal. £1 billion in the bank, £100 million transfer budget, 200 grand the current wage budget, and a front end sugar daddy. Is all this money gonna propel Welsh football to heights that they've never known? Can they break into the top 100? We've got 12, 16 and 16, so that's 32, 44 teams who have got £1 billion. £44 billion has been invested into Welsh football. But what is going to happen over the border? From England to Wales, what will happen? Are we going to see new forces in Welsh football? Let's find out. Don't know why there was a dramatic pause there for some reason. This isn't a Spielberg film or whatever. Let's go 5 years into the future to 2026 and let's see what's going on in the Cymru Premier. Right, here we are 5 years into the future, the 11th of June 2026, and so far it's not going quite as well as I anticipated. The Cymru Premier Division has only gone up one in the competition reputation rankings. It actually went down as low as 113th in 2024, but it's risen again in 2025. We are the 108th most reputable league in the world, or is it Europe? It doesn't matter. Either way, it's not going great. And you can see from the top scorer charts and the other charts, there's no real big names in Welsh football. You've got Cal Roberts there, the top player in the division. He, I believe, is an ex-Newcastle United winger. So he joined on a free, left Crewe in League One. So I mean, that's a fairly big... It's quite a jump. And he got 9 goals in the top flight. And he's earning just £950 a week for the Welsh team, despite so much money. There's Zidane Iqbal there, getting 12 assists. I'm sure he's... Is he Man United? He is. And he's on a free, gone to Welsh football, doing great at Corners Quay. How much is he earning? £14,250 a week. Now that is a bit more money. Let's have a look at Corners Quay. They were the league holders. Adam Reach is there. A relatively big name when you compare him to other people in Welsh football. I mean, I can't really think of any players that are in Welsh football nowadays. But getting Adam Reach, that's pretty good. Zidane Iqbal, as we mentioned. Sam Cosgrove, I think he's an Aberdeen striker. Oh, he's at Birmingham now, sorry. Well, he's gone from the Championship to Welsh football. He's hitting double figures. And Corners Quay Nomads are the holders in Wales, who have been the past winners over the years. The first 3 seasons were won by TNS, and then Corners Quay have won back-to-back titles, just like they did in 2020 and 2021. And these two teams are basically dominating in Welsh football at the minute. Bala have done okay, they came 3rd. But what I'm most interested in is what kind of money has been being spent. Oh. It's not a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, it's probably more than is normally getting spent in Wales, but still. In the first season, the biggest transfer was 130 grand. Josh Tibbets, which is a nice little name. Second season, we got up to £325,000. Liam Ravenhill going from Doncaster to TNS. The next season, it was an increase again, £475,000. Roshesha, I think that's how you say it there, going from Swansea to TNS. A Zimbabwean right back, gone from the Championship to Welsh football. He's not been great, but never mind. Season after, it's a slight decrease, 450 grand. Chris McKee from Queen of the South to TNS. Again, there's no real exciting names. Bobby Duncan, he's gone to TNS. And then he was sold 2 months later to Bala. That's a strange little goings on. Ben Almani. Say not the boy who was at Newcastle and he was all the freestyler, but he wasn't actually very good. It was little Ben. Well, he's been playing in Welsh football as well. He's now in the second tier, so that's not a great endorsement. The most recent season, the biggest transfer to date, Gavin Wilson from Ruthin to Sefton Druids for £725,000. He's a regen, playing in the top flight, goalkeeper, not that good, but that's fine. He is the most expensive player in Welsh football. So despite all this big money, they're not actually spending big money, which I think has to be down to the fact that I never boosted any team's reputation. I thought that would be unfair. We've just left it as it is. Teams are paying big wages. I mean, Corners Quay there, they've got 5 players all earning 10 grand or more. What about the other teams? We'll go to Bangor City, they've got 50 points. Chris Powell, the manager. His club paying £12,000 for Jamie Nash a week. Caernarfon Town, £15,000 to Harry Blackburn. So the money's definitely increased. They're spending the money somewhere. He's the big boy. Dylan Rees, 30 grand a week, 27 grand a week for Troy Greening. Oliver Davies, 22 grand a week. Caernarfon Town are spending big cash compared to the others. I mean, how much money have they got left in the bank after 5 years? Still a lot, £861 million. But the Sugar Daddy's no longer front end. He's gone to an underwriter, which is disappointing. But most of the teams here have really increased their wages. I wonder if there's any big name managers that have came to the division. I'm going to assume probably not. We'll go to the manager movements. Kenny Jackett was there. Callum Wilson. That can't be the Callum Wilson. Surely not. Oh, it is. Newcastle striker Callum Wilson's the Aberystwyth manager. That is weird. Chris Powell's there. Who else? We've got Paul Lambert, Tim Krull, Colo Toure. What is going on? This is very strange. I'm shocked at what's going on here. Andy Woodman as well, another former Newcastle guy. Formerly the goalkeeping coach, Freddie Woodman's dad, which is kind of interesting. John Hartson, a legend of Welsh football. He's been managing in the Welsh League. Currently the Cambrian and Clydach manager. Good luck to him. Hope it's going well for him. But we've got teams in the Europa Conference League. I'm going to assume I haven't really had any Europa Conference League joy. Because, I mean, it would be quite a surprise if there was. Let's go to the Conference League. Why am I looking to see if there's been any success? Of course there hasn't been success in the Europa Conference League. Unsurprisingly, no Welsh team has made it to the final. Why am I even looking at that, you idiot, James? Come on. These teams still haven't spent more than £1 million on players. Christ, TNS had a good start of the season. Oh no, I haven't got it in date. There we go, that's the one. There we go. I know, it was a very good start of the season, actually. Christ, look at that, man. What a start of the season that is for TNS. The New Saints. Weren't they Total Network Solutions back in the day? Or did I make that up? Welsh fans, let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure I'm right about that. But after 5 years, the Welsh League has only gone up 1 in the reputation rankings. The new money, while it is helping things, there's a lot of more. The wages are a lot better in Welsh football. That seems to be about as good as it's got. Big names aren't coming, but that's kind of fair enough. Big names in relative terms are coming, like Sam Cosgrove, Zidane Iqbal. But the rise of Welsh football, it's going to take longer than 5 years, clearly. What I'm going to do now is, I'm going to go 5 more years into the future. Will we be able to go higher than the 108th most reputable league in the world? Let's find out. Come on, let's go to 10 years, let's see what happens. Okay, here we are, 5 more years into the future, 2031, and the Welsh League is certainly on the rise. With 10 years of this money, it is now the 76th most reputable league in Europe. It's ahead of the Finnish top flight, the Austrian regional division, the Greek National C division, and it's just behind the Slovakian second tier, the Italian Serie C, the German regional division, and the Hungarian second division. So it's an improvement, but they've still got a long way to go. And still the league is being dominated by Connah's Quay and TNS. Of the past 5 seasons, Connah's Quay have won 4, TNS winning 1. What about the transfers? Well, they still don't look to have really increased. We've got 500 grand there for Paula Tram, Stevenage to Connah's Quay. Season before, 300 grand was the most expensive signing. Before that, 230 grand. Before that, just £125,000 a week. Whoa, we've got £1 million transfer. Come on. Caernarfon, not sure. Euston Thomas from Afan Lido to the team who I've struggled to say, £1.5 million, a 28-year-old Welsh centre midfielder who's never played for his country. The only thing he's good at is nothing really. He's kind of quick. Well, he's got good pace. He's naturally fit. And for a £1.5 million transfer fee, this is the big money signing we've been waiting for. And it's been rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. A player who's never even featured for the Welsh national team. He's only earning £625 a week. Even after 10 years of this experiment, things still haven't really clicked into gear. Let's have a look at the new Saints, and I want to see how much money they have got. So they have still got £820 million. So they've spent 180 million, which is a lot of money over 10 years. But when you look at the transfers, I mean, they had one season where they spent 1.6 million. That's as good as it's got. Big names haven't really moved, which I kind of thought things might have improved. Yes, this division has climbed in 10 years. It's got to 76th in the world, but still not going massively great. We're still only qualifying for the Europa Conference League. I mean, are Connors Key making it any further than the qualifiers? Let's have a little look. Nah. Christ, they played Juventus. Europa Conference League, 4th qualifying round, and they had to play Juventus. That is bloody unlucky. They beat Hapwell Beersheva. They beat Tobil, whoever that is. Season before that, they made it into the group stages. And that was as far as they got in 2029. They made it to the group stages. 2027 didn't make it to the group stages. So it looks like for Corners K, it's been sometimes they've made the group stages, sometimes they haven't. What about TNS? How have they been doing in Europe? They made the group stage this season. Impressive. Season before, they didn't make it past the 2nd qualifying round. Season before that, got the 4th qualifying round, were knocked out. Before that, 1st qualifying round. And in 2026-27, didn't get past the 3rd qualifying round. So I mean, we're still quite a way away from like European kind of success. Just making the group stages of the 3rd-rate competition in Europe is kind of the biggest success we're having so far. There's been no new powerhouses emerging. Corners Key and TNS still the 2 top dogs of Welsh football. And after 10 years, this just hasn't really kicked into gear. The players' wages, it's bigger than it was, but for some teams it's tailed off. Some teams are still paying more than 10 grand a player, which is kind of encouraging. But you see there, Corners Key Nomads, the highest earner, 13 grand a week. For Zach Swanson, Ron's son. Good to see him playing some football. But after 10 years, this Welsh football experiment hasn't quite gone as I expected, which tells me that we need to make some changes when we have another attempt and we go to another country. I think we need to boost the reputation of the clubs maybe, or the tournament, and that might see bigger players go to these strange competitions and see a bigger rise thanks to the money being invested. But for now, the competition has gone up. It's gone up 40 or so places in the rankings, which is good to see. If you want to see possibly go more, let me know in the comments below if you want to see a part 2. But based on this, I wonder if we've kind of... I can't see it getting massively better. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below what you want me to do. But after 10 years of £44 billion being invested into Welsh football, the biggest signing we have seen is £1.5 million. And we have had no new forces in Welsh football. Swansea, Cardiff, I think you're alright, don't worry about it. We will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.